we've got a really exciting topic, something that's come up, and I thought it was a little bit woo woo, but we're going to break it down. Welcome, Cassandra Rosa, to the show today. Welcome.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to talk about all the woo-woo things today.
Right? It's so amazing to see the journey of a business owner. I'm sure it's happened for you as well, but thinking that this was woo woo and really starting to understand the power of visioning. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. So it's funny enough, my first business when I was 20 years old was teaching kids how to make vision boards in schools and community centers. So I've embraced the woo-woo for a really long time. But I think it's such a powerful tool. I've been making them now for probably 6, 7 years, and it's just amazing. And it blows my mind at the end of the year, seeing how much I accomplish from the actual vision board. So if you actually use this powerful tool to really ignite your excitement, to keep you focused and aligned, it's miraculous how it can help you to get where you want to be.
And what would be the difference? How did you determine that it was the vision board that created the goals that you achieve at the end of each year? How did you attribute it to the vision board?
I think it was my consistency of actually using the tool. I can't tell you how many people that have said vision boards don't work to me in my business. And I say, okay, where is it? And they say, oh, it's in the back of my closet. Well, yeah, it's not going to work. But if you're having it in a significant place and you're being really intentional for connecting with it daily, it's amazing just to see how focused you can be and can reignite those passion, desires that you had when you're making it in the first place on the tough days too.
Yeah, the tough days. I always say you need a crying room in your house, right? Like there's tough days. And if I can be reignited by that vision board, it's very, very powerful.
Yeah.
How does it work with the brain? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So I think it's really allowing yourself to see the pictures and really connect with them deeply and put yourself in there, right? It really allows you to place yourself into that place and you have those mental images and creates that visioning experience, which helps for you to see the possibility of it all. And I think that when you start to see the possibility, that will ignite this confidence and it won't feel so far away from you as well. And then just helps to ignite that law of attraction of being one with what you want and attracting in what it is that you desire most. So it's really miraculous in all the different ways that this tool can really help you to get to where you want to be.
I love the word possibility versus the other P word, which is where we will live, is in the past.
Mm.
It can be very challenging to live in possibility. So tell us how to structure a vision board that actually works.
Yeah, I want to expand a little bit more on that point, though. I think, too, is when we're kids, we see infinite possibilities. What
Mm.
do you want to be when you grow up? Okay, maybe a firefighter, maybe an astronaut. You think so big, right? So I think it's beautiful as adults to be able to do this exercise to ignite that possibility and connect with that childlike wonder. So, in terms of structuring it, I do have a blog post that I think we're going to share for you to have
Yes.
access to about a step by step way to do it. But when I create vision boards, I love to think about the areas of my life that are the biggest area of significance in that moment of time. So whether it's personal development, it's business expansion, it's adding more adventure into my life, I'll think about those areas. And then from that place, playing in that field of possibility, what are some things that I feel confident that I can achieve this year? And which of them can just be a little bit out of reach, just to expand and challenge me a little bit more. So once you have those goals in mind, it's having a visual depiction of those areas that you want to focus on most. So I have one behind me. I have a physical one and one on the desktop on my computer. And you'll see some visionary things like long term goals of buying a beachfront home or like upgrading my living situations or marriage and all those things which might be in the distant future, but then you'll also see on the other side things like bringing back my blog when it came to business or focusing in on waking up earlier and going to bed earlier. I have like physical depictions of that, which are like more immediate size goals. So it's beautiful to have those like long term visions on there, as well as those things that you are immediate focused. as well. So you take those pictures and you can either do a physical one, kind of like arts and crafts version and making a collage, or something that I love to do too, especially for people that work remote or they're always on your computers or your phones. You can make it the background of your laptop or your phone so you can see it consistently, because that's the number one thing. To make your vision board actually work, you have to be able to look at it and have it in a significant place that you can connect with daily.
And what sort of things do you put on a vision board? I know it's the pictures of things, but what if it's somebody new and doesn't really even know how to get into possibility? Where would you start?
hmm So I think it's looking at the areas in your life that you want to improve on.
Mm.
You could kind of do the opposite game, just being like, you know what, when it comes to my health, I'm not really happy where I am with my health. And I want to get better at that. So even having that first thought and then jumping onto that next. Okay, so if I focus on my health, what are the results? What are the ways of being that I want to embody to have that? So, say, for example, it's like, okay, I'm going to drink more water every day. You could put a cute water bottle with water on there, or getting more steps in, or feeling more confident. So you can put pictures and you can also put words to depict. So you can literally put confidence or an affirmation there on the vision board to depict it. So you'll see on mine, I have a bunch of words, a bunch of pictures, and then like to set a word of the year, which is like my focus, my mantra. So I like to put that motivational quotes connected to the goals. So it's it's really all about you. As long as it motivates you, it ignites this passion within you and it's intentional, that's all that matters. I would always say to stray away from just going through magazines and think, "Oh, this is cool," and just making a collage. I think it's having that intentionality behind it of the areas and the specific goals are so key.
Okay, so how often do you make one?
I like to make a physical one every single year and a digital one that I have as my desktop. And what's cool about doing it digitally, so going on a software like Adobe or Canva, that as the year progresses, our goals change. We evolve. We're evolving beings, especially as entrepreneurs and high achieving women. You have the freedom to be able to switch things on and add things as well. So if I'm looking at this vision board on my desktop and I'm thinking, that's a little bit outdated, I might just jump on Canva for a few moments and update it throughout the year. So it's beautiful, especially this time that you're listening to this. This is a key time when people start to think about their intentions, their resolutions for the year. So kicking it off at the beginning of the year is a magical time to do so.
And I think what you said was really powerful. I see you've got some things on yours. And what if this year I pull it down and want to build the next one, but I want to take this off? Is that allowed? Right? Like to change our
Mhm.
mind is so important and give ourselves permission to do that.
That freedom, anything that's limiting is not going to benefit you. If you have that freedom, and again, being in that possibility kind of energy that we're talking about, that's the most important thing. Getting in touch with that childlike wonder and seeing that whatever is on your vision board is possible is so key.
We grow and change as business owners. I don't want the same things I wanted when I first started. And even the words of the year and quotes, they all mean something different today. And then the other thing is really important, I think, to understand is it's kind of like that wheel of life as a life coach. There's all those different areas. And I don't
Yeah.
think in one year we can tackle all eight.
Mhm.
So talk a little bit about how to choose what is it that we want to focus on for the year.
I like to choose maybe three or four that are of the highest priority. So that way that's the way mine's kind of organized based on those key areas for it, just to make it simple. Because again, if you're going to set like 20 goals for a single year, just based on how full our lives can be, unless you're the Energizer Bunny, I don't know how, I don't want to limit anybody, but I don't know how I possibly would achieve all those things. So simple is better. And yeah, I think that that increases the efficiency for sure.
And the wheel can be bumpy. It's not a smooth wheel. And I think it's really important to understand that each year we can, if it's on a scale of 1 to 10, we can bring it out a 6 for this one and a 7 for this one. that all or nothing thinking doesn't help us. So we can definitely use it to empower ourselves to move forward. What
Yeah.
if I don't believe in vision boards?
Mhm. Then don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. I would say it's finding the tools that work for you
Right.
in the process. And this whole concept of a vision board is really like attracting what you want, being laser focused and igniting that passion. So for you, it might just be having a picture of your kids on your desk to ignite that passion and that motivation and that focus on the tough days. It might be writing out your dream day. I do this exercise with my clients, the day in the life of what your dream day would be. Maybe it's just writing it out and reciting it every day, or having a list of your goals on a whiteboard beside your desk. It's really choosing the tools that work best for you. But if you are a visual person, which the vast majority of the people are in the way that they consume information and interact with the world, it's a very powerful tool.
Yes. I love that answer, that don't make it, because vision board is, if you don't believe it, it won't work.
Yeah.
It won't work. So the day in the life exercise is also really powerful. How is it we can find you? How can we learn more about working with you with regards to visioning and day in the life, etc.?
Yeah. So I would say with visioning and applying what we say, one more point I want to touch on, which is super key, is creating time in your day to look at it, even a minute.
Mm,
That is so, so, so important. If you're going to put it in the back, up on your closet, it's not going to work. So penciling that time is so important for that visioning and for the efficiency of that. So, with that being said, if you're wanting to learn about the different exercises, my intuitive life and business coaching, you can go to my website, which is cassandrarosa.com. And you can follow me on Instagram. It's Cassandra Rosa. And there's a plethora of resources like my podcast that Pamela is going to be a guest on that you're welcome to check out.
fantastic. We'll link all of those things down below so that everybody can reach you. And thank you so much for being on the show. Very timely. It's time for me to build a vision board as well. And so, why don't all of us that are listening join us and let's build one together?
Let's do it. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.